Your success or lack thereof is found in your daily routine. Unlike we see in the Hollywood movies, it is not one single heroic moment who is going to determine your level of success and accomplishment in life. Rather, it's all of the small actions that you do over and over again, consistently over a long period of time. You could go to the gym for 2 days or for 2 weeks, but you're not going to get jacked instantly. You could start your business today, but you're not going to wake up and be a multi-millionaire tomorrow. But you see, a lot of people seem to think that it's all about doing more. Working harder, working longer hours. In reality, it's the things that you already do that sink your ship and prevent you from reaching new heights. You might not realize it and they might seem harmless, but it's all of those bad habits that you have that stack up against each other and they are preventing you from getting what you want in life. I personally went from being a broke, depressed and anxious kid to now having the time of my life and running my own online business. And that is why I'm going to reveal the 9 habits that are keeping you weak and lethargic and exactly what you can do to fix that. Habit 1. Having a draining social circle. You see, if there is one thing that is going to impact the quality of your life like nothing else, it is your inner circle. The right people will make your life absolutely amazing, but on the other hand, the wrong people are going to make your life into a living hell. I'm sure you've heard this quote before. You are the sum average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. Let me tell you one thing, because this is completely true. Surround yourself with losers and you're guaranteed to become one as well. I mean, if everyone in your friend group, all they do is smoke, party, drink, they don't have any goals, any ambitions in life, they have no work ethic, it's going to rub off on you. Whether you want to accept it or not, you are influenced by what other people in your circle are doing. And that is why you want to make sure that you carefully choose your friends. And to give you another perspective, what do you think would happen if tomorrow 5 multi-millionaires, 5 highly successful people knocked at your door and they told you, for 1 year you're going to join us and be our friend? You would see that the way that they think, that they behave, and the way that they speak is completely different from that of most people. But after a couple years with them, you'd be guaranteed to become the 6th millionaire. Because if you spend your time with winners, it becomes unreasonable for you not to win. I used to have a friend who seriously struggled with letting go of people who were literally abusing him, taking advantage of him. Now fast forward a couple years later, what do you think his life looks like? He still has the same bad habits, he still struggles with the same problems and the same people. Nothing has changed. And in fact, everything is just worse. So don't make the same mistakes he did. Choose the people that you surround yourself with very carefully. And that is why, honestly, I'm telling you this right now. If you start to improve your life, to let go of bad habits, maybe you start to exercise, to eat healthy, you even start your own online business, or you study hard in school to get that dream career that you've always wanted. If right now you're hanging out with people who, quite frankly, they don't work that hard, they don't really care, they're not paying attention to their future, they're just focused on enjoying their youth, but in a stupid way, what do you think is going to happen as you start to improve yourself? Some of those people are going to be jealous of you because they wish they had the courage to do the same things that you do. But instead of just rolling up their sleeves, putting their ego aside and working hard just like you, they're going to be envious, jealous. Some of them might even try to hold you back. You know the saying, they want to see you do well but never better than them. You might be surprised to realize that a lot of people that you thought were your friends are actually your enemies. Now you might have nobody in your current social circle who is like you. You might know no one who is really that ambitious, who wants to make millions of dollars to get in shape or to accomplish big things in life, whatever your goals may be. What you could do is to try to join places with common interests, like going to the gym, because at the gym you'll meet higher quality people than you would at the nightclub. That is a guarantee. But even then, you are limited by your geographical area. So if you can't surround yourself with winners, with people who think like you, who are on a similar journey, on a similar mission, what you can do instead is to surround yourself with mentors virtually. That's personally what I did growing up, because all my life I just grew up in a small town, and in that town, trust me, you either have old people, which there's nothing wrong with old people, or drug dealers or criminals, but you're not going to find ambitious people, multi-millionaires. That doesn't happen here. So just like you're doing right now, watch videos that inspire you, join training programs and network with the community, read books on the topics that you're interested in. Habit 2. Lack of daily sunlight exposure. You see, this is something that most people don't think about. They always feel lethargic, they always feel sleepy, but they don't realize that it's because they spend all of their time indoors. And I say that without judgment, because that is exactly what happened to me. I was in bed every night for 9.5 hours, sometimes even 10 hours. I exercise around 1 hour 20 minutes a day. I eat very healthy. I only drank 1 cup of tea, usually green tea in the morning, yet I kid you not when I'm telling you that I was sleepy all the time. People were making fun of me for going to bed so early, and it even got to the point I thought I might have sleep apnea. So I did a sleep study, turns out everything's alright. But I used to take 1 to 2 naps a day. I was seriously wondering what the hell is going on. Did a blood test, everything showed up fine. It turns out I wasn't getting enough sunlight exposure on a daily basis. So here's how I fixed it. Since I wake up early, it's still dark outside, so for around 30 minutes, I'm using a light therapy lamp. Then I go to the gym, and then when I come back, I expose myself to natural sunlight. I just go outside. If it's a bright, clear day, I stay 5 minutes. It is enough to get the sunlight exposure that I need, but if it's cloudy or rainy, I'm going to stay 15 to 30 minutes. The results were phenomenal. Now I have more energy than ever, and it's been more than 3 weeks, and I haven't taken a single nap. And trust me, they used to really kill my productivity. I've always hated taking naps. Habit 3. Excessive social media use. Now you've got to understand that social media is completely frying your brain. I genuinely believe that unless you're using social media to learn something valuable that will improve the quality of your life, or unless you're using it to promote your business to make money, then you shouldn't use social media at all. Countless studies have shown that excessive social media use completely destroys your mental health. It's scientifically proven to lower your life satisfaction. How terrible is that? Because then you can't enjoy the simple pleasures in life. You always need to scroll on Instagram, on TikTok to get that quick rush of dopamine. And now you can't enjoy reading a book anymore, going for a walk. Not to mention that it completely kills your self-esteem because you are comparing your average day to somebody's best moments. And usually they're photoshopped as well. And think about all the time that you're wasting on social media. Instead, you could be putting all that time towards the realization of your goals. A lot of people find themselves countless excuses. They say they don't have time to work out, yet in the evening they watch 3 hours of TV. Instead, they could go to the gym or go to sleep earlier, wake up earlier and go to the gym. So when most people say that they don't have enough time to work on their goals, to get in shape, to start their business, to find a loving partner, for most of them, they are simply lying to themselves. They're just telling themselves, oh, I don't have time, so that they don't feel guilty, they don't feel bad about not actually being willing to put in the work yet. Now, it's a different story if you're like a busy new parent, you've got 2 jobs, and you're working really hard to provide for your family. But let's be honest, for most people, they're not in this kind of tough spot. So honestly, the best thing that you can do is to simply delete Instagram and especially TikTok, which is the worst, off of your phone. If you need to use social media for your business, you can simply use the desktop version. It's clearly good enough. Habit number 4. Playing video games. Now I know I might receive a lot of hate for this, but I truly believe this. If you are an ambitious individual, you want to reach insane goals. I'm talking goals like making millions of dollars. If you're still playing video games on the side, what are you doing? Becoming a millionaire is hard enough already, so why waste your time that you could instead put towards reaching your goal? And you've got to understand that in any video game, you've got different levels, and each time you reach a new level, usually you unlock new things in the game. It could be a new area, a new weapon, a new skin. Video games actually mimic real life, because in real life, especially for guys, we want to achieve big things. We want to be respected by others, and video games give you those fake rewards. But the problem is you spend so much time building up a character in a fake world. It's literally pixels on the screen. You could be a respected war general in any video game, but then in the real world, you're just a loser in your mother's basement. So not only are you wasting your drive, your inner instinct to achieve, to conquer the world, but it's time and energy that you simply can't put towards your goals. And let's be honest, if you play video games for an hour, do you really want to go into hit the gym after? Or do you really want to go in to do some boring deep work? For most people, it's definitely not going to be the case. When you achieve things in a video game, it tricks your brain into thinking that you're a success. Instead, what you can do is to turn your goals into games. And trust me when I say that making money, getting in shape, building great relationships in the real world will bring you more fulfillment and even more dopamine than video games ever could. Habit 5. Lack of emotional control. Let's say you enter a store. You see a customer angry, he's lashing out at the sales rep, while the sales rep is staying calm and trying to fix the situation. Who are you going to side with? Chances are you are going to think that the customer is being disrespectful and he's making a fool of himself. Lack of emotional control shows a profound weakness in character. Think about this. If a leader throws a temper tantrum, will his followers respect him? People look up to individuals who can keep their cool even in terrible situations. People who learned to control their emotions earn the admiration and the respect of other people. Why? Because it is a very difficult skill to master and very few people possess it. But learning that skill will allow you to make the right decisions even when you are under pressure. And that is extremely powerful, because the reason why most people don't have what they want, it's because they are making the wrong choices, and usually it's because they are listening to their emotions. They are not making their decisions based on what is logical. Now, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but there is no secret to building strong emotional control. You need to simply practice not letting your emotions dictate your actions or your words. So next time you start getting angry or frustrated or even sad, use it as training ground to practice having strong emotional control. Habit 6. Playing the victim. Successful people don't blame others or their circumstances. When something bad happens in their life, they suck it up and they do what they need to do regardless. You've got to understand that not everything is your fault. However, everything is your responsibility. To give you an example, if a tree falls on top of your house, was it your fault? Well, not necessarily. However, is it your responsibility to deal with it and to fix the problem? Most likely, yes, it is, because nobody's going to come and fix the problem for you. The same is true with anything else in life. If you're out of shape, if you're not making as much money as you want to, sometimes it's not necessarily your fault directly. However, it is your responsibility to deal with these things and to do the things that are necessary to solve the problem and to get what you want, because no one is going to do it for you. No one is coming to save you. Habit 7. Over-consuming sugar and junk food. Now, in the near future, major international health organizations predict that most people will be actually obese. So not even just overweight, obese. And in fact, it's already the case in some countries. In Nauru, for instance, 65% of the population is obese. And contrary to what a lot of people seem to think, this problem is not because of a lack of exercise. Rather, it's because most people eat garbage. They eat too much sugar, too much processed carbohydrates, and just way too many calories in general. And let's be real, if your goal is to actually do something big with your life, to build a thriving online business for instance, how productive are you really going to be after eating a massive pizza which is worth like 1,500 calories? Food is the first medicine, yet most people forget that. They eat crap and they think, oh, it doesn't matter, it's just fine, just because they don't see the immediate negative consequences of their actions. To fix that, you want to eat mostly single ingredient healthy foods. Like if you're buying chicken, the ingredients should be just chicken and maybe some salt added to it as well. It shouldn't be chicken, chemical, sugar, chemical, oil, this, that, because when you go and you eat at McDonald's, you have to understand that there is 20 ingredients per ingredient. So in the cheese, it's not just milk, it's milk, and that's not even the first ingredient usually. Usually it's like chemical, crap, cheese. That's what you're eating. Habit 8. Alcohol. Now, alcohol is even worse than sugar. It's utilized less efficiently than sugar for energy. It is a literal poison. There is honestly no good valid reason to consume alcohol, especially lots of it. I can understand that some people can enjoy the taste of it, but should you have it in your diet as a regular thing that you eat, or in this case drink? Probably not. Trust me, in high school I was the only one who didn't smoke, who didn't drink, who didn't take drugs, who didn't go and party. Instead, I was focused on becoming a better version of myself, reaching my goals, and people labeled me a weirdo for it. But then fast forward a couple years later, I got some news, and all those people, guess what? They're still complete losers. While now, I'm having the time of my life, and some of them even reached out back to me. Trust me when I say that if you quit drinking alcohol, your life will only get better. You won't have to deal with insane hangovers anymore. Not to mention that alcohol is literally empty calories, so you are essentially drinking your way to being overweight or obese. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy to quit alcohol. In fact, I personally know a few recovering alcoholics, and the road was not easy, but it was always worth it. Habit 9. Porn and excessive masturbation. Countless studies have shown that people who consume porn have a much lower life satisfaction than people who simply don't. And the reason why is probably because they are frying their brain with so much undeserved dopamine. So now in comparison, everything just seems pale. I mean, try to watch porn to jerk off. Are you going to want to go to the gym, to eat some healthy thing, or to work out on your business? No. So not only does watching porn make everything worse in your life, which is already terrible as it is, but like I said, because it's giving you so much dopamine, so much fake pleasure that you didn't actually earn, it's going to make it almost impossible to do the hard things that you need to do to reach your goals. It also completely kills your self-esteem and creates in you social anxiety. How many guys do their thing, they watch porn, and then they're too afraid to go talk to a stranger, to go talk to someone that they like. They can't even stare at you in the eyes. They shake your hand, but it's all just weak. And not to mention that it's a complete waste of time and of energy. Prolactin, oxytocin is released in your body after you've done your thing, and so now you feel sleepy. You don't feel like working hard. So if you ditch these 9 terrible habits from your life, trust me when I say that everything will only get better. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to be able to quit all of the bad habits instantly, but if you want to do something big with your life, to get in shape, to find the love of your life, to travel the world, to build a thriving online business, you need to understand that your bad habits will seriously prevent you from getting what you want. And like I said, it comes from somebody who was broke, depressed, and anxious just a couple years back. Now, for those of you who want to start their own online business, I've recorded a free video in which I'm going to analyze every popular online business model. Together, we'll take a look at the pros, at the cons, and I'm also going to share with you for completely free the 3-step process that you can follow literally starting today to start your business and to get your first customers as soon as possible. The link is in the description below.